if that infinite is in me, is that good? Because I have some attachment, and it seems like so does everybody else, over defining good and not good, good and evil, or good and bad, or right and wrong, and all these things, and getting all into that. What about not even going there? Because if the peace, if the infinite is combined with peace, then who cares? What do I care? Defining it. Aloha. Alex here with Aloha Speaks. And today's topic is fantasy becomes reality. Or does it? I just threw that in. It's inspired from a walk I was on. My 5-mile walks have turned into 6.2, but they're really 6.4. They're 10Ks I've gotten up to. Never imagined ever starting out at 0.75 miles in such pain because of these medical conditions that I would ever, when I got up to 1.5 miles, it was like, okay, that's it. In doing these now long distance and being over 12 years sobriety, clean and sober, there's nothing in my system to suggest because I never had an addiction issue with hallucinogens, but I've done a lot of hallucinogens. Nothing in my system. Nothing. But there's clarity that happens when that, because I'm out there going as fast as I can on these walks to get the blood, the heart rate up into that window that I'm looking for. Maybe get into that another time, but there's a clarity that happens. So it's not hallucinating, I don't think. When I had listened, occasionally I listen to the news, and I'm walking and thinking, wait a second. All the way back to when I was young, and I really was into the Lord of the Rings, starting with The Hobbit. But I never watched the Game of Thrones. I didn't even talk about the parentheses. Well, the Lord of the Rings is in the parentheses, / any form. It can be any form of fantasy novel or fantasy movie or TV series. Because I was talking about the Game of Thrones. And then the last word is today's fantasy. Well, I'll get to that. Anyway, Game of Thrones, I never watched that. But I heard about it from my friends. It's like dragons and things like that. Of course, that's not real. The stuff that was in the Lord of the Rings, of course, not real. But I'm walking, right? And I'm going from listening to this stuff in the news. Wait a second. The Lord of the Rings is being played out in real life right now. I'm not a creative person. when poetry goes on, it's like, I'm not quite getting it. So I'm not that creative, but boy, there was clarity. That's not a good thing to say, boy. But anyway, there's this vision, like a vision of like, it's really good against evil. There's violence, though, going on, and this realization, wait a second, it's been going on since the beginning. There are even writings that go back 6,000 years. The scriptures go back that far. And there's scriptures in all different religions have different scriptures, and I've looked into different scriptures, and it's the good against evil, good against evil. It's like good wins against evil. It's like it plays out in all the scriptures, all of them. But it also plays out in these corny TV shows and in these reality TV shows. It plays out in politics. It's been playing out in politics since a long time. In corporate power juxtapositioning, and the thing is that that's all out there. The most important thing is that it's playing out in me. That's that mirror. Like what do I do with it? Because the whole, like, it's so fascinating. It's so entertaining. Okay, that's how they make their money on this whole thing, and the drama. It's about that. About the good against the evil. The good, it's that judgment, and I demand the good wins because it's the good. Or maybe there's someone who's would rather the evil. I don't know. But that's the impetus for this whole thing to play out in this whole fantasy becoming a reality, because it's being played out. It's being played out and keeps being played out and played out, even in me, because I buy the good. It hits me. I'm not on any hallucinogen. I'm not on any mind-altering chemical. Not on alcohol even. I'm clean. I'm sober. I'm doing my exercise. All right. So I come up with this question because I want to get the question. I want to get the right question. Is peace good? Okay, so then I take it one step further, because the whole thing is that if this has been going on 6,000 years, and this has been going on since the beginning, and when I wasn't even around, I'm not going to be here pretty soon. So what difference does it make when I'm going to die anyway? there's something amiss. I'm just getting it. There's something going on here that's not helpful to me, unless it's addressing what is real, and that the thing that makes me alive, the only thing that makes me alive, is infinite. Being the thing that's combined with the finite that's not going to be here pretty soon. So if that infinite is in me, is that good? Because I have some attachment, and it seems like so does everybody else, over defining good and not good, good and evil, or good and bad, or right and wrong, and all these things, and getting all into that. What about not even going there? Because if the peace, if the infinite is combined with peace, then who cares? What do I care? Defining it. Do I like it? Do I want it? I would rather have the peace. I would rather have it, the peace, than define anything. Peaceful. Is the peace peaceful? Is there a fullness to the peace? Something infinite. It's pretty full. Connecting the gratitude to that is there's no challenge to that. Until next time. Aloha.